Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the honorable person, my lecturer, Mr. Fauzi, and all of my beloved friend. First of all, let us thank to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Because of His blessing, we are able to come here to join in this English meeting. Secondly, salawat and salam also delivered to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which guide us from the darkness into the brightness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we show our presentation, let me introduce our theme. Ladies and gentlemen, and now let's open our meeting by saying Bismillah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you. The next agenda is presentation. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights of the Republic of Indonesia is the ministry within the Indonesia government in charge of legal and human rights affairs. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights is subordinate and responsible to the President. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights is led by Minister who since 27 October 2014 has been held by Yasona Lawli. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights underwent several name changes, namely Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Legislation, Department of Justice and Human Rights, Department of Law and Human Rights, and Ministry of Law and Human Rights.
The Ministry of Law and Human Rights was first formed on August 19, 1945 under the name Department of Justice. The first Minister of Justice to take office was Supomo. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights during the Dutch administration, which called the Van Justice Department, which is based of Herdeland UD Stadbill. Regulation on 576 in the 1945. PPKI season stipulated regarding an Ministry of Justice in the static structure according to the Constitution. In the Constitution, it is stated that the department, including the Ministry of Justice, take care of court, prison, prostitution, and so on. In the PPKI season, department was made regarding the main text of the Ministry of Justice, scope of Dutch. Although in the brief, I still refer to the regulation of Herdeland UD Stadbill No. 570.
The purpose is assisting the President in carrying out his duties in the field of law and human rights. Position number 1. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights is under and accountable to the President. Number 2. The Ministry of Law and Human Rights was led by the Minister.
The Ministry of Law and Human Rights has the task of carrying out matters in the field of law and human rights in order to assist the President in running the government of the country.
The power of Ministry of Law and Human Rights in carrying the duties and the functional are: number 1, prepare the formulation of the draft law, draft government regulation, law of law, draft government regulation, draft president regulation, and draft regulation of Ministry of Law and Human Rights. Number 2, managing immigration, including exit and entry Indonesian citizen and foreign national by issuing passport and visa, and then permanent residencies. Number 3, managing a correctional facility and including providing permission and then appointing guard or prison guard.
there is another function: supervision of the implementation of duties of the Ministry of Law and Human Rights, implementation of technical guidance and administrative supervision of the Ministry of Law and Human Rights, implementation of national technical activities, and implementation of technical activities from center to regions. Based on Presidential Decree number 44, 2015, Ministry of Law and Human Rights is organized into the following: Office of the Deputy Minister of Law and Human Rights, Secretariat General of Justice, Directorate General of Legislation, Directorate General of Legal Administrative Affairs,
Directorate General of Correctional Affairs, Directorate General of Immigration, Directorate General of Intellectual Properties, Inspectorate General of Justice.
Agency of National Law Development, Agency of Research and Development, Agency of Human Resource Development, Special Advisor to the Minister on Politics and Security Affairs, Special Advisor to the Minister Economic Affairs, Special Advisor to the Minister Social Affairs, Special Advisor to the Minister Interagency, Special Advisor to the Minister on the Bureaucratic Reform Reinforcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, finally we are come to the last agenda. We would like to say thanks again for presenter and all of the audience for active participation. Hopefully the presentation will give benefit for us. Thank you for your attention. See you later.